Alright, so I'm a young stupid dog, and this is brought to you from the laundry room, aka our studio. If you look back in the annals of the dog post, we began in the laundry room in the manor house, and then I can't remember if it was our own chambers, the little place where we had our own laundromat, not laundromat, but our own washer dryer. But the manor house had a full-on laundromat, had to do all the linens of all the guests, whatever you're saying. In the manor house, so I can't remember if we set up, but we're set up in our own chambers. I think maybe in the old days we were set up in the manor house laundry room. But anyways, this was a take where I was just observing the man, and the man had hooked up with this girl. I think she was 19. She was no younger than 18. She was not 17, if you know what I mean. You know what I'm saying? There was nothing illegal about it. The man's 57. If this girl's, just say she's 17 for sake of argument, she's 40 years younger. 40 years. She's 18, so maybe she's 39. I think she's 19, so maybe she's 38 years younger. If you say she's 40 years younger, but then you say she's 38 years younger, like 38, that's not so bad. 38 years younger. Anyways, I heard the man. The man was like this. This girl was this buxom, beautiful girl with strawberry blonde hair, and she always wore her hair in pigtails. So that when she released her hair out of the pigtails, her hair seemed braided, or whatever you would say, had cornrows. I don't even know what it was. It had a wavy feature to it. And she was a sandy blonde, beautiful buxom. She was curvy. She was gorgeous. She was 19, I believe. She had graduated high school. I think she didn't even start her first year of college. I think she was 19. God bless. I know she was no younger than 18. Somehow she took a shine to the man. I'm like, the man? That's who you take a shine to? What's wrong with this girl? You know what I'm saying? This was a blessing to the man. This was a blessing because the man had been in a long dry spell. The man at one point had Madam Yes. The man had vinegar gravy. The man had a holler girl. I don't know what age this holler girl was. This girl was legal, this holler girl, but she was just, I don't know if you would say barely legal. That's disgusting. Barely legal. It's like, what are you even trying to do it? But I heard the man was talking to her. He was out in the big corridor off of the big parlor room and the interior kitchen. There was a big hallway they built between the entertainment quarters and the staff's preparation quarters. The big, giant, beautiful kitchen, the pantries. It was a food delivery corridor, and at the end of the corridor, they had this beautiful antique hardwood Dutch Renaissance round table, and they had one of them phones, like, the old-timey phones that stood there. You have to pick up the one thing, and there was a cord that connected it. You held the one part to your ear, and you talked to the other one, like they did on Andy Griffith's show or Walton's Mountains. How you went down to Gopsy's General Store on Walton's Mountains, and you placed a call, you talked, you know what I'm saying? Excuse me, I'm a stupid dog. I've got allergies. You won't even think I had allergies. I got allergies. It's terrible. Anyways, I feel all verklempt. I feel stoved up. I don't know what's going on. I have to take some medication. So I'm an old idiotic, stupid dog. But the man, he was out in that corridor. It was called the commercial corridor. It separated the manor house's main places where the guests would do their frolicking, like in the parlor room, the big parlor room, or the game room, or whatever. They would go out on the big, beautiful porch. It was like a bandstand. This porch was like you could have rock concerts on this porch, and Kiss could have a concert on this porch. Literally, Kiss could have a concert. There was that much room on that ginormous porch. It was like a stage. It was like a Broadway stage. It was like 12 feet up in the air. You walked up this big, beautiful flight of steps. It was so beautiful. And then you walked into underneath this gorgeous roof, and then you had this big, giant, double doors, big, heavy doors. Looked like you were going to walk through there and get to go talk to the Wizard of Oz or something. You know what I'm saying? I mean, like stupid dog, I'm just saying. Anyways, the man, I could hear him out there. I was laying on the floor. I was laying literally on the carpet in the big parlor room, because there was a ray of sun. It was a dusty ray of sun. I was snoozing in it. And I heard the man say, listen, I think you're beautiful. I think you're gorgeous. Don't get me wrong. You're stunning. I can't believe you're this, what I'm just trying to say, but I'm a good man. I'm a good man. So no 57-year-old man would say to a 19-year-old, you need to come and do something with me. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, oh my God, the man, this is not, you're not scoring no points. Just in case you wanted to get up with this girl. No. I think the man took it as a big compliment. He thought because Madam Yes, Vinegar Gravy, and that holler girl that he'd, run around with a little bit, they all had rejected him. He was lonely. It's been a long time. The man's been by himself for quite a while. So all of a sudden, this girl steps up. She kept her hair like Pippi Longstocking pigtails. And when she released them, gave her hair this, I don't know what you would say, it was a wavy kind of I don't know what it was, but it was just made. This girl had strawberry blonde hair. She had a few freckles. She had eyebrows like Brooke Shields from the Blue Lagoon. So you just tell me. Look it up, kids. If you don't know what I'm talking about, look up Brooke Shields from the Blue Lagoon and tell me you're not falling in love with them eyebrows. Anyways, I mean eyebrows already over here. Kid, get an eyebrow. Maybe you could pop an eyebrow boner if you look up on the eyebrows. Anyways, this girl, she kept flirting with the man. Finally, the man's like, oh my God, I can't believe it. And then finally, she laid her cards down. She says, don't you understand? I want to get with you. And the man's like, oh my God. And what a compliment. I'm so happy that's what you said. I couldn't believe it. I was like, oh my God, I have nothing. I have nothing to offer you. There's no reason why this should be other than it's a blessing from Jehovah God Almighty, because I must be doing something right. I'm a nice guy. I'm a good man. That's what he said. I'm a good man, so I can't hook up with you. There's nothing I could do with you. And then he made a mistake. And just in case he was trying to get with her, this was a blunderous mistake. He's like, you're so gorgeous. Your eyebrows, your hair, your wavy hair, the beautiful, whatever you say, what do you call them, strawberry blonde, and your buxom figure and your curviness. You're just like your mom. You remind me of your mom. I think when I look at you and I see your mom, and you know how much I loved your mom. Your mom was untouchable. Your mom married the big banker from the hill. You know what I'm saying? And she got mad. He ruined it right then. She didn't want nothing to do with him after that. And all the rest of this is just superfluous. Because then she rejected him. Once he said, you look just like your mom. You remind me of your mom. I fell in love with your mom. And that's why I'm drawn to you, because I'm having a sense that I could get with you. It'd almost be like getting with your mom. She rejected him. It was over. But he didn't understand it. So it went on. This whole dance went on. But this girl was like mean after that to the man. The man didn't catch on. He was like, oh my God, I don't know what's going on. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, he kept on, being nice to her and saying, listen, I'm a good man. A good man would never say to a young girl like yourself, 57-year-old man, would never say to a 19-year-old beauty, a buxom, gorgeous beauty like yourself, that I should, do something with you, because it would be demented. It would be hard. It would be weird. You would get screwed up in the head if we ever had sex or we did anything like that, because it would be, so I'm a good man. I'm not going to let you do this. I'm going to protect you from yourself and myself. But then the man was like, hey, but you know what? My pants are never coming off. You're never going to get this. And he was like holding his belt. His belly like hung over 8 inches past his belt. It was so disgusting. I don't know how that girl didn't retch or vomit right then and there, because you're never getting this. He was like rubbing on his groin, his little pubic groin area. He's like, but if you need, something, if I could help you out, if you want to get washed up, and then I would not just, I would just give you a orgasm. I'll give you a couple good orgasms. If you haven't had an orgasm yet, except for your own self-induced orgasms, and you want another person to induce your orgasm, and then you haven't had that yet, then I could help you out with that. I could do that. I would do that. I'm a stupid man, but I'm 57-year-old, bozo. But I would never pull my pants down, and you would never get to look at my penis. But I could probably, help you out to have a other than your self-induced orgasm a couple times, just so you feel what it's like, and you can have a really good orgasm. I could give an orgasm to you that would make your eyes, get bloodshot. Well, all of a sudden, she was rancorous, she was mean, she was really down on the man, because the man said, you remind me so much of your mom, and I feel like if I got with you, it'd be like I walked back in time and got with your mom. And so that she rejected him. But then when he said, I'll give you a couple orgasms, I mean, it's nothing to me. I'll give you a couple orgasms, a couple orally induced orgasms. Well, it's nothing to me. I could do that for you. That much I could do since you're legal. I mean, just let me see your driver's license. Can I see your driver's license? She's like, what? He said, let me see that driver's license. And she didn't know what he meant. He said, give me the fucking driver's license over here. I want to see what the fuck it says here. Are you 19? Turned out she was 19, and he was like, I could do some orgasms. I could give you 2 orgasms that way. And then she was like, she fell in love with him all over again. She was like, oh my God, I could get an orgasm other than induce by myself, because I think this girl was a virgin. The man was like, oh my God, I'm playing with fire. I'm playing with a supernova, a white, hot, when the sun explodes, and you call it a pink dwarf, a radiant pink dwarf. But anyways, there was a song playing on the radio, and the man snapped out of it. The man was going to be willing to give this girl, this little, recently graduated, I think 1 year removed from graduating high school. She didn't even get into her community college yet. She was a Pippi Longstocking character with a big, buxom, beautiful body. She looked like a woman of 27. She was 19, you know what I'm saying? She had wavy hair. It was beautiful, and she had a few freckles. She had eyebrows like Brooke Shields from the Blue Lagoon. And the man was like, oh my God. He told me later, he said, dog, you wouldn't believe it. Then all of a sudden the song came on, and the man was going to sing the song. I'm going to imitate the man singing the song that imitates what was on the radio. The man was imitating it to me. Now I'm going to imitate what the man said. The man was like this. The man went like this a little bit. He said, you don't want to risk it. No, what was that? He says, you don't want to risk it. You think you get a biscuit. You think you get a biscuit, but you don't. You don't want to risk it. You think you get a biscuit. You think you get a biscuit, but you don't. You don't want to risk it. You think you get a biscuit. You think you get a biscuit, but you don't. And that was the whole crux. The man's like, yeah, you think you want to risk it. You think you're going to get a biscuit, but you don't. And the man walked away from the whole thing. And that's what made the man so great. And that's why the man preserved his manor house. That's why the man preserved everything about himself. That's why the man was 57-year-old and still free and unencumbered, because he fell in love with that girl. And that girl fell in love with the man. But the man put the kibosh on. He said, no. The best thing I could ever do for you is say, you're going to meet somebody. Prince Charming is coming along. You are a grade piece of meat. You are hotsy-totsy. You are something sweet, baby. You don't have to worry about no 57-year-old dudes. You are going to get somebody who's perfect for you. Just be patient. Just move along. Just keep going. Just keep thinking about it in an open-minded way. There may be a nerd, but he's going to be a rich guy, a lawyer, a doctor, somebody, an AI. Maybe you could even hook up with AI. Maybe with a false impression. Maybe some phantom menace that drives trucks remotely for AI could hook up with you, and that would be what you would marry. You would be like Snow White and the Seven, whatever. I don't even know what it's called. But whatever. It doesn't matter. But you, honey, you are destined for greatness. And me, I'm destined for the grave. I'm destined for the old folks home. I've already run my race. This is nothing you do not want to come down this lane with me. This is not the thing you want to do. And the best thing about me is that I will tell you the truth. You do not want to come with me. You do not want to be with me. You do not. I know I got some kind of charm. I got a manor house. I got a talking dog. And all of a sudden she's like, I knew it. I knew you had a talking dog. And he was like, oh my God, is that the whole thing? You're just trying to get at me that I had a talking dog? She's like, I knew you had a talking dog. I knew it. I don't know. This whole thing went south from there. Maybe it was good. Maybe it wasn't. I don't know what's going on.